Ulang ya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Assa Biandry. I am a university student from the University of Al-Azhar, Indonesia. And today, I will be making a video presentation regarding one of the most significant global issue, which is human trafficking.
Oke, baik, saya di sini dengan salah satu mahasiswa dari Al-Azhar, Hubungan Internasional, ingin menanyakan hal-hal saja yang menurut Nobel sendiri tuh bagaimana sih tanggapannya mengenai human trafficking?
Ya, human trafficking ini masalah yang tidak berkepisah. Zaman kolonialisme. Dan sepertinya perkembangan dunia seperti atau negara berkembang sama
According to the International Labour Organization, also known as the ILO, human trafficking involves the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, and or receipts of a person. Means it can include the threats or use of force, deception, abduction, the use of power, or a position of vulnerability, or other forms of coercion. Which means, by other definition, human trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery, in which traffickers use force, fraud, or coercion to control victims for the purpose of engaging in commercial sex acts or labor service against his or her will. Human trafficking consists of exploitation of men, women, and children through illegal acts such as sexual exploitation, forced work labor, and also the exploitation of child labor. One of the most significant areas where human trafficking happens is in the region of Southeast Asia. Child trafficking is a complex and deeply rooted issue that can be influenced by a variety of factors. It's important to note that not all countries in Southeast Asia have a child trafficking problem, and the severity of the issue can vary across the region. However, some common factors contribute to child trafficking in certain areas, such as these common factors in Southeast Asia. Number 1 is poverty. Poverty in Southeast Asia, or economic hardship and lack of opportunities, can provide families to desperate measures. Traffickers often exploit vulnerable families by promising a better life for their children. With this, traffickers will sometimes use mental abuse to their families and children. Number 2 is lack of education. Limited access to quality education can leave children and family without the necessary skill and knowledge to break the cycle of poverty. This makes them more susceptible to trafficking schemes by the use of social media and the misinformation that social media often gave. Number 3 is the lack of regulation. Weak or poorly enforced legal frameworks may fail to adequately address and combat child trafficking. This lack of regulation can allow traffickers to operate more easily in Southeast Asia. This example could be seen in the Philippines. According to the International Labour Organization, or ILO for short, an estimated 2.1 million children are subjected to child labor in the Philippines. This figure includes children engaged in hazardous work, which can make them vulnerable to trafficking. Furthermore, the online sexual exploitation of children, OSEC, the Philippines has become a hotspot for online sexual exploitation of children. A study by the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, found that the Philippines is among the top global source of online child sexual exploitation materials. Causes such as children of various ages, including very young ones, are victimized. The U.S. Department of State Trafficking in Persons report highlights the vulnerability of street children and those in rural areas to sexual exploitation. Cybersex trafficking, the ILO reports that the rise of technology has facilitated the growth of cybersex trafficking, where children are forced to perform sexual acts. Government response has been good. Laws and prosecution, the Philippines has laws addressing child trafficking and sexual exploitation, such as the Anti-Trafficking in Person, and also international cooperation. The government collaborates with international organizations and foreign government to combat trafficking, acknowledging the transnational nature of the issue. We need to understand that child trafficking happens in the Philippines because of the lack of governmental policies and also low poverty rates. So, it has come to our attention has become one of the biggest countries when it comes to sex tourism and prostitution. People from around the world would use Philippines as a way to escape from governmental policies in their own country, so it wouldn't be seen as an illegal act. However, we also have to understand that the importance of the part of globalization and digitalization, in this case, has made child trafficking easier because of the creation of a new transactional that has it made a transactional system that has been made to make sure there is no identified transaction between the customer and the exploitator. So, that being said, child trafficking in the Philippines is being handled by the Philippines government and also with the work of the American government, with the hope that using the new operation, the United States and the Philippines has managed to infiltrate a lot of sex trafficking areas in poverty places in the Philippines. They've managed to save several thousands of children, especially young girls, from being victims of sexual exploitation. And they have made more regulation to make sure that sex trafficking could be on a lower rate in the roots of one of the biggest sex trafficking locations in the world, which is Southeast Asia. So everyone, my conclusion from this video essay is the awareness to the dangers of sex trafficking for everyone, especially towards children. As a Southeast Asian myself, I think it is important for us also as university students to be more aware of the danger that sex trafficking can cause, not only financially, physically,